Get ready with me while I talk about a time I went on a Tinder date with a looks maxer and got catfished. So, for some context, we met on the double date feature of Tinder, but my friend and his friend weren't really texting on that group chat, so we just ended up adding each other on Snap and then snapping each other for like 6 months. He kept asking me out like on dates and stuff, but I just really de-gaff and like I don't really have the time for dates and stuff like that. But one day I was just kind of bored, so I asked him if he wanted to go and grab some ramen with me. So, mind you, the only time I saw this guy's face is over Snapchat when we were snapping for the 6 month period, or over occasional FaceTimes and on his TikTok account here as well. I wouldn't say he's like known on TikTok, but he has a pretty large following where he posts like his looks max stuff and like thirst traps and like advice on how to like get better, I guess. So keep in mind that this guy lives in Fort Lauderdale and I live in Miami, so it's like around an hour drive, give or take. And after I texted him saying that I wanted to grab like lunch with him, it takes him like an hour to get ready and then an hour to like actually like come here and drive to me. So he texts me, he arrives, and I go down to his car and I say hi to him. He looks nothing like his TikToks, let me tell you. This guy is like catfishing, maxing. And the wrong place that we were going to was downtown, which is like around 20 to 30 minutes for me. And the entire car ride, we're just not speaking. Like, he's just blasting like SD Kid, Belade, like opium as hell shit. I'm like, okay. So we get to the wrong place. He gets out of the car. Keep in mind, he said he was 6'3". I'm 5'10". That hoe was 2 apples tall. He was driving like a little Mercedes or whatever car he was driving. He didn't even reach like the top hood of the car. Like, that bitch was short. He was maybe like 5'6" at most. Mind you, 5'10". So we go inside. The place is like low-key booming because it's like a new ramen spot. So they have to sit us at the high tops. We get the menus and he's like, wait, I'm like order maxing right now. The fuck? So every time he like does something or like says something, he's like, oh, I'm this maxing, I'm that maxing, bitch, how about you shut the fuck up maxing at this point? Like, just go nonverbal again. So we both order our food, we both get like a bowl of ramen, and in the time span that we're waiting for our food, he like starts over analyzing me on like my looks and like what I need to change and like max or whatever, and he's talking about like, your maxilla is recessed. What the fuck is a maxilla? Like, and at this point, like, I'm mad irritated, like, where the food at? So then he like goes on his phone and he starts like thirst trapping in like that freaking angle that he does where he catfishes the fuck out of people. And he's like thirst trapping to like looks maxing audios, like while I'm sitting like right next to him. So our food ends up coming after what feels like forever. I start eating my food and this guy genuinely goes, wait, you're big maxing right now. The fuck do you mean I'm big maxing right now? I'm eating my ramen. Ho, what are you talking about? And over the period of us eating our food, like, we're just, like, not really talking. And anytime he would say something, it's to say that I'm something maxing, this maxing. And then at some point, he literally asked me, he's like, oh, how does it feel like to go, like, out on a date with a TikToker? Bitch, fuck you and your TikTok. What are you talking about? You're not a celebrity. Like, I'm not on a date with Michael B. Jordan right now. Like, I'm mad confused. Like, just shut the fuck up and eat your food. Like, so we finish eating our food. He gets like the tap to pay thing. He taps in and he's like, wait, why am I brand maxing right now? So we finish eating, paid, and then we get up and like he's cracking jokes the entire time, talking about I'm this maxing, I'm that mogging. Like, so I thought it was my turn to crack a joke. So I'm like, yo, why am I hype mogging right now? He did not find that shit funny. He literally looked me dead in the face and was like, the fuck is wrong with you? You told me you were 6'3", ho. What the fuck do you mean what's wrong with me? I'm 5'10", you're 5'6". Like, yes, I'm hype mogging you right now, and I'm actually being dead ass too. We get in the car, it's like mad silent, he's playing his Blade, whatever, and it's like rush hour, so it takes us like 40 minutes to get back to my apartment instead of the usual 20. We get back to my apartment, he's like, can I come upstairs? Fuck no! Fuck no! What the fuck do you mean can I come upstairs? No, like, no. So then I'm like, oh, like, my roommates are home, and like, I just don't think that they would be comfortable with that. Bitch, I live in a studio. I don't got roommates. So I leave his car, I go back to my apartment, I open my phone, and it's a large paragraph of him analyzing me and what I need to change, giving me advice on this, and that, saying I gotta do my eyebrows like this, gotta do my lashes like that, gotta fix my recessed maxilla. Still don't know what the fuck a recessed maxilla is, but okay. And I still to this day don't know if he was like trolling me or like being dead ass and trying to give me advice of what I need to change, even though I didn't ask for that shit, but okay. Nonetheless, that shit was weird as fuck, so I found some hype boosters off of Amazon. I just sent him the link to it. But take this as your sign to not go on Tinder dates with looks maxers because they will catfish you. They're not as tall as they say. But I was just mad hungry and I wanted to go try their one place downtown, so it was free food for me. Thank you guys for listening to my story time. Peace.
I've been dating this guy for about 8 months now, and I made the horrible decision of getting comfortable using the bathroom around him. Not number one, number two. So my rule of thumb is to try to make it very quick, okay? A very quick process, in and out. You barely even know that I was gone. So I go to the bathroom, and I'm thinking it's gonna be a quick little trip. I'm using the bathroom, and then it's suddenly 2 minutes turns to 3 minutes, 3 minutes turns to 4 minutes, and I'm constipated, okay? It's taking a minute to come out. Finally, plops down into it. Thank God. I went to go flush it. It's stuck. Not flushing. I audibly go, oh, no. He hears me from outside the bathroom. He goes, is everything okay? I said, oh, it's fine. It wasn't fine. I tried flushing again, was not flushing. So then I leave the bathroom and I look at him and I'm like, hey, do you have a plunger? He gives me his plunger. He's like, do you need my help with anything? I said, no, it's okay, I got it. I go back in, try plunging it. And this is not a regular plunger. Do you know what a regular plunger looks like? This is not a regular plunger. For some reason, this plunger is like a plunger, but then it like curves under and there's like a hole with, I don't even know how to describe it, but it's not a regular plunger. So I'm plunging. And as I'm plunging, it gets stuck in the plunger. So mind you, again, my shit came out like a rock. And at this point, the rock is turning into pebbles and it's stuck in the plunger. So I'm trying to like shake it out, flip it upside down, flip it around, trying to get this shit out of the plunger, but it keeps getting stuck inside of the plunger. So I'm like, oh my God, this cannot be happening right now. So then I leave the bathroom and I go, do you have gloves? And he goes, what's going on? Like, are you sure I can just leave it there? I will take care of it. No, you are not taking care of it. Do you have gloves? He proceeds to give me 2 Ziploc bags and he zips me up. And I was like, okay. And I went back in and I handled my business. But I think my brain is already trying to block this out because the way I literally forgot about this until right now. Yeah, I did handle my business, girl. That's all I gotta say. And I don't think I will be using the bathroom at his place for a very long time. Okay.
Everybody keeps trying to tell me that I need to go on more dates and I need to put myself out there more and get a boyfriend. Okay, well, I tried. It's going horribly. I need to tell you about the last date that I went on. I met this guy on Snapchat. Please don't come for me. Kept asking me out. Can you go out with me? I was like, no. Then I was like, you know what? I need to put my big girl pants on right now, okay? I need to go on a date. It's been 2 years. Okay, sure. Did I know anything about him? No. Did I even really know he looked like? No. Did I know I didn't know anything, you guys. I didn't know. But I was like, how bad can it be? Bad. So he wanted to go quad riding in the sand dunes. That sounds like something I would like, okay? Like country bumpkin activity, like sign me up. So my first red flag was when he called me the night before. You better not stand me up. Oh, like I'll try not to. You'll try not to. I'm gonna be effing pissed if you stand me up. But he wanted me to be there at 7 a.m. Okay, I'm not an early morning girl, like I'm not, but I was like, okay, fine. Then I realized it's an hour 30 to his house. So I had to get up at like 3 a.m, okay, to get myself ready for this. I was already stressed out. It's already having like the nervous diarrhea. Okay, I drive there the whole time. I'm just gripping the steering wheel, like, please, like, this just has to go good. I pull up there. He's in the truck already, right? He jumps out. First impressions, not my type. I'm just gonna say that. But I was like, you know what? It's okay. So I get in the truck. I realize it's a 2-hour drive. 2 hour! In my opinion, that's like the full length that the date should have been. He starts telling me these stories about how, like, he's beat people up for his mom, like if they hit on his mom. And I was like, what? Trains MMA and boxing and wrestling. I'm just sitting there like, great, like I'm driving 3 hours away from my home. No one can come and save me. And now you're like telling me that you have anger issues and like you know how to fight. I start like telling him like some random stories, telling him about like these like homeless friends that I have. He gets like mad. And he's like, if you were my girlfriend, I would never let you do that. I would be effing pissed if you did that. If I was like, first off, I'm not your girlfriend. Second of all, You're getting mad at me for saying that I like to go and feed homeless people. Like, I wouldn't give a dime to a homeless person. You need to calm down. I didn't think this story was gonna trigger you. The entire truck ride, he was trying to like hold my hand and he kept grabbing my thigh, and I'm just too awkward to like say anything. Then, when I thought like the awkwardness of the drive was done, I was mistaken. When we pull up, okay, I'm trying to exit the vehicle, okay? I'm trying to get out. He looks at me, he goes, "What do you think you're doing?" And I looked up and I was like, getting out of the truck. Did I say you're allowed to touch the door handle? What in the Wattpad Mafia boss did he think he was trying to give? I was looking at him and I was like, what? And he's like, "I didn't say you were allowed to touch that." So he makes me close the door. Okay, so we can walk around and open. I was like, hey, maybe he's like just trying to be nice. Like, maybe he's just trying to be nice. I don't know. He opens the door. He goes, "You know, every time I open the door for you, you owe me 5 kisses." So I was just trying to like gaslight myself, and I was like, you know what? He's just joking. It's gonna be a fine day. Like, I'm just gonna go and ride the quads. No, because then I look at the quads, there's 1 quad, which means I have to be looking skibbity, holding on to him for dear life while he's popping wheelies. Honestly, it was kind of good because like at least we weren't like talking. Everything was looking better, kind of getting fun. That's until we roll up to the beach and he parks the quad. And he gets off, he takes his helmet off, and he starts like walking into the distance. He goes and he sits on a log, okay? And I'm looking at him like, oh hell no. He's over on this log green. He's like, "Come here." I'm watching. I was dragging my feet walking over there. I sit down and I'm looking at everything but him. The water, I'm looking at the sky. I like find a seagull or something because there's nothing really going on this beach. There's 0 people. I'm like counting grains of sand, and I just see him like looking at me like, oh my god. I like turn, like I see him looking at me, right? There's nothing I can do. Keep in mind, like I said, I do not date. Definitely means I don't kiss guys. Like, first date definitely, but also like in my life ever. Starts leaning in like this. I didn't know what to do, so I just started busting out laughing. This man got so mad on this log. Okay, he sits there and goes, like, mad. Okay, like, body reaction. Okay, and I'm sitting there. I don't know what to do. Like, I'm high-key a people pleaser, okay? Like, I don't know what to do. I wasn't trying to be rude. I wasn't trying to offend him, right? So I just look at him and I was like, oh, it's not because I'm not into you. Okay, it's a lie. He looks back at me, right? Maybe he's just, like, thinking I'm, like, nervous, which I was nervous. I was. Right, he leans in. He's like, He goes in again! And I'm like, oh no. I start laughing a second time. Now, this man is mad. To be honest, rightfully so. Like, I genuinely do feel bad for laughing, but he is sitting on this log, okay, pouting, mad, fuming, okay, and I'm just thinking about his anger issues, okay, I'm just thinking about that I'm in the middle of nowhere, and there's nobody around, and I'm 3 hours away from home, okay, and I have to spend the entire day with this man, okay? It's 10 in the morning. How do I make this better without having to kiss him? I do something and it's embarrassing. I look at him and I'm like, oh, like, it's not that I'm not into you. Like, it's not. It's just, I've never really kissed anybody before. So, like, I thought maybe, like, he would get the hint. No, I see the light bulb appear above this man's head. Come here. And I'm like, no. He's like, come here. Come here. Oh my god, I'm literally sitting there. He grabs me, slides me over to him, and plants one right on my lips. Okay, I got my first kiss over with. I didn't want it. Like, it happened. He starts really going at it, okay? And I'm just sitting there like, I think it's over with, okay? He grabs my face and he starts making out with me. So this is happening now. Like, I don't know what to do. After what felt like an eternity, right? It was over with. Now I wasn't having any fun. This man really just made out with me, and keep in mind, he's chud. At least I got it over with. Okay, now I can just enjoy the rest of the day. No. Because why are we pulling the quad over again? He gets off the quad. He takes my helmet off. So we're freaking just standing awkward in the sand. I'm just doing everything to not look at him. You want to know what comes out of this man's mouth, okay? He goes, you know, I can tell when you want to kiss me when you won't look at me. What delusion do you live in? So he starts coming up at me and I'm like, oh no, right? He's making out with me again. And you want to know, folks, this keeps happening. And I don't even say, I don't know what to do. Every time he'd be like, so like, you want to kiss? I'd be like, I think we already did. I think it's just a lot for me. You know, I was swerving him. I literally swerved him. And this man got, did you effing swerve me? Did you just swerve me? Not stopping him. It's literally happened like 20 times. One of the 20 times, this man grabs me. Okay. Picks me up and rips my pants! Finally, 8 hours later, we're done. We're done with the quads. Thank God. I just want to go home. Like, please drive me back home. We're in the truck. I think I'm safe. He's just staring at me. I just really want to kiss you right now. I'm like, aren't you driving? I can pull the truck over. Let's not pull the truck over. We better be getting home. No, seriously. You say the word and I'll pull the truck over. You say the word. I was not saying the word. So we're sitting there driving for a while, and like, I just like get the smart idea, which was not smart, to try to like humble him a little bit, right? I look at him and I was like, and he's talking about like fights or something. I was like, yeah, you just don't really look like you fight though. So he's like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Yeah, like I don't really think you kind of look like you fight though. Yeah, I'm dumb as hell. This man looks at me and goes, oh, so like, you think you can win in a fight against me? And I was like, yeah, maybe. Should we like pull the truck over and see? No, like, I think you want to fight right now. Before I even know, this man's pulling the truck over. He looks at me and goes, so like, by fight you meant like, kiss. No, I didn't mean kiss! I genuinely don't know what to do. Like at that point, like, okay, get it over with. Here's my lips. Get it over with so we can go home! So we freaking roll up to his house, right? I run to my car. Goodbye, like, thank you. He runs up to my car and he goes, so like, I'm gonna get a kiss goodbye. He's like leading it, right? I'm like, oh, you can have one. He comes in like peg, right? I'm like, hey, bye. He gets so mad. He's like, are you serious? Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. And I think like this bad day is behind me. I'm back at home. I'm gonna out myself. Like, guys, this is my reality, okay? I'm scrolling on Instagram, okay? I forget that I have this man on Instagram. It's a post of him, like leaning against the wall. Caption, Senior Sunday. Senior Sunday! So you mean, after all this, you also lied about your age? And you're still in high school! Oh my God! Anyway, yeah, that was my date. And moral of the story, I'm not going on another date. I fear that was my last date.
Do you guys want to hear a story about a guy that I went on a date with who watched every single one of my TikToks and basically learned my entire life and all my interests and then used it in conversation to make it seem like we were super compatible and then just asked me to help him with his TikTok page? Do you guys want to hear that story? It just happened this morning and I was debating on posting this because I know that he's gonna fucking watch it because you're a fucking creep, but I decided that I'm gonna do it because if you want to make content, I'm gonna make content out of you. So basically what happened is I met this man like a month ago on a dating app, okay? The conversation was fine and then it died down very fast. That happens on dating apps, so I didn't really think anything of it. A few weeks passed by and all of a sudden he's sending me like multiple messages a day and it's nothing crazy. Like at first it's like, oh, how's your day? Oh, like you're really pretty. Oh, I'd love to take you out, like that kind of stuff. And I said, you know what? I really appreciate the effort and that he's like coming back to message me. So let me take him up on the offer. So I said, sure, why don't we get breakfast this morning or brunch or something? And immediately he's like, perfect. And he texted me last night to confirm. And he says to me, hey, I'm all down for like meeting you tomorrow, but I just wanted you to know that I just started fasting and working out. So I can't have a big meal. Mind you, I just posted that I just started my weight loss journey like 2.5 weeks ago. I've lost 11 pounds and I'm fasting, okay? I just posted about that. And at first I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like literally twins. Like that's so cool. We're both doing that. And so I'm like, okay, let's meet at this place and we can just get like something super small, something healthy. And he's like, perfect. Cool. We meet up for the day and I showed up super early. I think it was like 7 a.m. this morning because I was already up and he was there too. And we get our drinks and we sit down and immediately I'm like, okay, I'm like, so I know we've already like kind of told each other about ourselves like through, you know, messages and stuff. I'm like, what are you looking for in a person? And immediately he's like telling me about myself. He's like, I would really like a hardworking woman. He's like, I don't really care if like she has kids. If you don't know, I have a son. I have a teenager. He's like, I would love someone that takes care of others. I'm a nurse. And just literally starts telling me about myself. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is so crazy. I haven't clocked it yet, okay? Because I'm stupid. Haven't clocked it yet. I'm literally thinking this is organic and that we're compatible and this is amazing. And then we start talking about other non-serious things. And I ask him, I say, what are your favorite TV shows? And he says, Grey's Anatomy, which I post about all the time. And then he says, every single anime that I've ever talked about on my page. And so that's when I was like, maybe, I'm like, this is kind of weird, okay? Okay, also, he would not stop talking about Chainsaw Man, which I fucking love. And so I'm like, I'm gonna catch this piece of shit in a lie. So I said, oh, like, who's your favorite character? And he literally goes, Chainsaw Man, like, obviously. And he goes, who's yours? And I said, oh, mine's Brody. And he goes, that's literally my dog. That's my sister's dog. Brody is not a character in Chainsaw Man. And he literally immediately is like, oh yeah, like he's so sick. Like this, I actually wanted to bash my head into the fucking table. You're insane. Then we start talking about travel. And I ask him, I say, where's somewhere that you've always wanted to go to? And he says, you know, I've always wanted to go to New York City. I just posted that I went to New York City 2.5 weeks ago. And then this next part is when I knew, and my stomach honestly started hurting because I just felt so uneasy and like violated. I don't even know if that's the right word. But he says, my dream is to go to the New York Public Library and just sit there and read. He's like, I've always thought about it and I feel like it would just change my life. I literally made an entire video talking about how that was my dream and how I got to live it and how I was so happy. And that's when I clocked it. And I don't even know, again, I don't know if the word violated is the right word because I know that content is public. I know that social media is for everyone. Anyone can consume it. That's why people say, you know, be careful what you post on the internet. But I never in my life thought that my content would be used the way that it's being used in this situation, if that makes sense. And it just felt so gross and wrong. And so that's when, again, I clocked it and I honestly started getting mad. And he was deep in, like he is talking about like nursing and psych and working remote, literally every single thing about myself, you guys. And so finally I asked him, I said, you know, what do you think about social media? And he says, oh, like what about it? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like, you know, do you like TikTok? Do you like Instagram? Like, what do you like? And he goes, oh, he's like, of course. Like, I scroll on TikTok all the time. I like Instagram, blah, blah, blah. And I said, oh, yeah. I said, what kind of content do you watch? And so he's telling me that he likes to watch, like, TikToks about how to be a content creator, this, and that. And I'm so pissed off at this point that I'm like, oh, do you watch this creator? And I said, my username. And I could tell he like kind of got uncomfortable and like did a double take. And he goes, yeah, he's like, you know, I actually do think now that you mention it that your TikToks have like crossed my For You page once or twice, which makes sense because if you have my phone number, like, you know how it says like from your contacts or whatever. So I asked him, I said, is that why like you were persistent and asked me out? Because we had matched a month before that and it was crickets. And then now all of a sudden you are sending me messages every single day trying to meet up with me. And he literally goes, I'm not even shitting you guys. He goes, I'm going to be honest. He's like, I really want to be a content creator. I'm sick of my job. And I feel like we both have things that the other person wants. And I feel like we can help each other. And I'm like, oh, is that so? So I'm going to help you do content creation. You guys, mind you, this is fucking insane. I don't even have 1 million followers, okay? I literally am a girl that just posts because I'm bored and I have a phone. I have a full-time job. I made it very clear on this page that I am not posting to be a content creator. I am posting because it's fun, okay? And so I'm like, okay, so apparently we're gonna date. I'm gonna help you do content creation, help you with your page. What are you gonna do for me? Like, I'm really confused on what you think it is that I need from you. And he goes, which again makes me sick to my stomach because I literally just posted a video like a day or two ago talking about how like the only thing that I want from a relationship is companionship. And he literally says that to me. He's like, oh, well, like, you know, a partner in crime. He's like, someone to do life with, which is this actual fucking phrase that I literally said in that video. And I actually felt like I wanted to throw up. Like, I just felt so gross and uneasy. That's like the only way I can put it. I felt like I woke up in the middle of the night in the middle of a nightmare and I was in like a pitch black room. That's how I felt. And I just told him, I was like, you know what? I'm like, this was like super inappropriate. You're fucking creepy. I grabbed my phone off the table and I left, and I immediately blocked him. And now I'm like overthinking everything. I'm like, anyone can see my TikToks, anyone can claim to know anything about me, and then not really use it against me, but they can use it to their benefit. You know what I mean? And that's honestly really, really scary.